So I have always gone the last couple years and got my hair cut twice a month. Alright guys, I am back. I went to the bathroom and then I meandered upstairs to make a sandwich because I just can't ever follow my own instructions. So number one, I'm going to do this tag. This is the Merry Christmas YouTube questions tag. And I have my computer screen up here. So if I look up here, I'm looking at the questions, okay? So there are 15 questions and I haven't looked at them yet. That's my favorite thing, is I'm not going to look at them until I just saw it and I said, okay, we're going to do this one. So let's just dig in, I guess. Number one, use one noise to describe how excited you are for Christmas. Oh. That was it. I don't know. There's so much going on. There's so much happening. At work, it's like this very like compact couple of weeks before, and this is even before Christmas, right? I actually get very sad on Christmas because it's like, that's it for the year. So it wasn't even really sad, it was more of a blech. Number two, what's the best present you ever received? When I was 12, 13, something around there, I wanted a karaoke machine. And growing up, we didn't have a lot of extra cash at the end of the month. So I was like, in my head, I knew, like, don't ask for things that you probably, because to me, a karaoke machine was like $1 trillion, right? So I still asked my parents for it. I said, I don't know, buddy, da-da-da-da-da. They played it off really cool. And then on Christmas, the very last present, you remember in A Christmas Story when the dad forgot there was a present, right? Or was I with my mom? And anyway, I opened it up and it was a karaoke machine, and ecstatic doesn't even begin to talk about it. And keep in mind, after this, I pursued a career or a degree in music. So this was kind of that start piece of it. And I had to go bring it out into the garage, and that's where it lived because I like to sing it really loudly. And so I was a garage karaoke eater. Number three, what is the worst present you've ever received? I don't like that word, worst, because hopefully all gifts are given with express kindness. Oh my goodness. The worst present I've ever received. This is very boring, I'm sure. Is it I want to say a candle, but I don't think a book. I listen to audiobooks like it's the last day on earth, so it's not that. I love books, but I like books that I like. And my husband doesn't watch this channel, so it was from him. And when we had talked about it, what do we want? It's like, no books, because I essentially like horror books, which sounds creepy, I know, but that's true crime, horror. Those are the kind of books I like. Those are not the kind of books that I got, and I should give them a chance, but no books. Number four, as a kid, did a sibling ever receive a present that you wished was for you? No, because I'm an only child, and that's where problems with sharing and all of that stuff come from with only children. Everything was for me, period. And I knew it, my parents knew it. It's hilarious. But because I grew up, not wealthy, of course, it was nice. Like, to this day, I understand that a present is it comes from somebody, and that's the most important thing to remember, right? And that's something to instill, especially my students, like kindness and legitimate integrity is not something that we do just on Christmas or just one day a year. It's an everyday, all the time thing. Number five, sing along from your favorite Christmas song. I'm not gonna do that. Sing along from your favorite Christmas song. Because I don't have a favorite Christmas song yet. I will have to, at the end of this video, maybe I'll add it, because I need to look this up. Number six, rename a reindeer. Oh, rename a reindeer. So instead of Rudolph, which is a very fun name, I think his name should be Chad because, like, can you imagine this wonderful, heartwarming Christmas tale about some freaky deer with a disease on his face, essentially, and has not sought medical attention? It's like, oh, it's Chad. Just me, that's really funny. Chad, 100%. Write your Congress, people. What is your favorite thing about Christmas? Honestly, the cold weather, being able to, as a teacher, have a little bit of time off for myself and with family and just kind of hunkering down inside and releasing and relaxing and being able to do that. I'm very lucky to be able to do that. Number 8. When do you start to get excited for Christmas? All the time. I mean, like, really, September 1st is when holiday season starts, but I have to pull myself back every year and say, okay, September and October are going to be the wreaths and like the autumnal stuff. October is spooky season, and November is turkey season, but I start to creep in. So I'd say definitely the day after Thanksgiving, it's like pure end of story. That's it. It's on. But I do not begrudge, nor do I think it's silly for people to listen to Christmas music in July, August, September, whatever. All those Nelly Nancys out there, or negative people, they don't get to say when you can or cannot listen to your music. I love the group Pentatonics, and half of their stuff is Christmas. More than half of their stuff is Christmas stuff, and I love it. So don't let anybody step on your joy. Let's see, number 9. Do you use advent calendars? Not usually, but this year, my husband loves Legos, and like because Legos were super big when we were little in the 90s. And now we're all in our 30s now, so we can spend real money. So Lego's doing very well. So he's super into like the architecture ones, and now they have these floral ones of like plants. It's really cool. Botanicals. Look up Lego botanicals. It's very interesting. But I saw Harry Potter Lego advent calendar at Target, and instead of tightening the purse strings and being really thoughtful about financial decisions this time of year, I didn't even look at the price and just bought it because it was perfect. And it's like, when you pull it down, there's like a game that you play, but every day you put together the little Lego guys or whatever it is. And like one was a Quidditch field and they're a bunch of pieces in there. So it's really neat. Okay. Recite one line from your favorite Christmas or holiday movie. Oh, fiddlesticks. Well, my favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Story. Love it. Always loved it. Always watched the 24-hour marathons on TNT when I was little. And my favorite line is not the, like, you'll shoot your eye out. It's be sure to drink your Ovaltine, which sounds crazy if you haven't seen it, but I'm sure everybody's seen it. Because he's in there with the pendant thing, and then it's little orphan Annie. It's a scam, right? It's like, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. And then he throws the pencil down and he goes, son of a bitch. I died. And keep in mind, when I first saw this film, I was like 8 years old, and I'm like, this is comedy gold, right? Now I'm 34, and I'm still like, this is comedy gold. It's a good scene. Number 11, share a funny Christmas memory. Huh. Oh my goodness. No. Well, a couple years ago, no, it was our first Christmas. My husband and I's first Christmas together. We were, I went home to Washington State to spend Christmas with my family. And so I was coming back the 27th. And I said, like, of course, open presents back with my husband and my brother-in-law, my mother-in-law. And I was like, yeah, open presents. And they're like, no. Travis and my mother-in-law had said, no, we're going to wait for you on the 27th. My brother-in-law, my husband's little brother, was none too happy about that. Can you imagine? Yeah, you don't get to open your presents on Christmas because Mitchell's in Washington. Devastating. But he was a super duper trooper. And the moment I came home, I had not even put my bag down and he was ripping into presents. And it was, I would be worse. I wouldn't have been that great on it. So yeah. I would not want to be that. No. Number 12, talk us through a typical Christmas day. This is a really neat question. So, Norwegian background. So I've introduced my family to lefse on Christmas Eve and kranza kaka, Krishna kaka, all these different, kaka is cake in Norwegian, glug, and I have a video on how to make glug in Norwegian mulled wine, so good. And you don't have to add the slivered almonds if you don't want. So we will get up whenever we want, have some coffee, hot chocolate, things like that. Just sit in the quiet with the tree on and everything. We will not open our presents until the evening. And while that would be torture for, little kids or younger folks, it really kind of builds up through the day instead of opening everything up and then you're done. Oh, I yawned. I need VSG Joe to come back and tell me where I yawned at. Woo. So go through the day, we hang out, we do all the things that we want to do, and then when it starts to get dark out, that's when we will open our presents, and then we'll kind of go back, have dinner, very low key, but very, very fun and very traditional for us. I'm trying to think of anything else that we do. Like the night before, growing up, it was my great grandmother that I would get to open her present first the night before. Yeah, nothing crazy. We don't go to church, but I do follow like the Santa Lucia, which I think most Scandinavian countries do. Do you have any favorite Christmas traditions? Anything Norwegian specifically? We put white candles in the window seal to brighten the outside. We don't do Santa Lucia here, but the little girl with the lights on her head, all the different foods. But really, the traditions come in with a lot of our shows that we watch. I love the Flintstones. What is that one? The three ghosts. The Scrooge movie, but it's the Flintstones. Oh my god, I love that one. And there are things that we may not think that they are traditions, but they are. They end up being traditions, like every year, And traditions don't have to be these fancy, like, big productions of things. They're just things that you do, and I love it. Number 14. Real or fake Christmas tree? Fake. We do fake. It's been easier, and a couple years ago, we got one of those. It's pretty slick. I got it on the 26th of December, the year before, because great day to go shopping. And it has all these features, like a bunch, like 12 different ways to do it, like blinking lights, in multicolor and white lights. So you can do it really any way you want. And then the best part is you don't have to plug them in through each of the branches. There's just there's a cord that goes through it naturally and it clicks into itself. Super slick. I'm sure they have smart trees and you can do it with your phone. But if we wanted to, we just add a smart plug at the beginning. So we're all about that. Let's see. Pictures with Santa, yay or nay? I mean, at 34, that's creepy unless I have a child. But then again, maybe. I think in adults, and those of you with animals, I love pictures. Like, I would love, in fact, we should take our dogs to get pictures with Santa. I know that like Petco does that, and some of the local shelters here will do pictures with Santa. Oh, I would love to do that. And I think that they're cute regardless of how they do them. My favorite are the ones of children screaming because they don't want to be there. Yeah. And then I'm going to add one more if you'd like to answer. So 16. What are a few things that you are eternally thankful or super thankful for this year, like that you just say, okay, thank goodness. We got to buy a house this year, right before the interest rates were reinstated at a higher level. We were very lucky to find a beautiful home that we love, our first home, and are able to have something that so many people don't get to have because of anyway, that's a different pedestal for me, but we got to do that. I am able to go to work every day. I have health insurance. I have a job that pays me every other week. I have a car that works. I have insurance on the car. All of these different things. There are things that I think even myself, I'm like, well, we have a right to that, or like, and while I don't disagree that, like, especially like food, shelter, water, we should have a basic human right to, it's not the world, right? So things that we have all the time and do all the time become kind of like boring, right? Because we do them all the time. So it's, for me, it's important to remember, like, go through why I'm thankful, what I'm thankful for. For example, remember I told you I got into I hit a curb. My car on the 14th of November, it is December 4th, and I still do not have my car back from the Hyundai dealership. My insurance, luckily we paid for the service to have a rental car. So I have a big old Ford Escape, which is awesome. I'd never driven one before. And I noticed, because I remember it was like last Monday or Tuesday, I was talking to my mom and then my family here. And I was like, oh, I don't want to sound selfish, but I just miss my car, right? You know your car. I have my mount for my phone, like all of these little interesting things. And I was like, but I'm thankful that I have a vehicle that will get me to and from work. And I don't have to pay for it. I do not have to pay a cent for it. The next day, it was windy and icy and snowy, terrible. And that car, it was so secure on the ground. I mean, it's so much bigger than my car. It is so much heavier. It drove like a dream. And because I was still rattled, right? This is a week later. It's like, oh, I have to schlep all the way over. Oh, it was awful. I was safe. I got home safe to my house with my family. Nobody was hurt. I was able to drive that. And I remember thinking, and then saying out loud, like, okay, that's absolutely, there's a reason for that. And to tie that all in, a lot of us teachers, we meet on Mondays to talk about how to ground ourselves for the week and how to serve students and families. And that week, it was something to the effect of, and take this as my like ending of the thing. What if all the little things that go wrong in our lives, right? Like, oh, I was going to go to the DMV, but I got there and I didn't have my license. I did this. All of these things that are like, oh, shit, it's not going how I planned it. What if that was all intentional? Or like, what if in the cosmos, that's the path, you know, if you're walking through a forest and you're trying to get home and a river starts rushing in front of you, you're not going to stop. You're going to go probably walk up the hill and try to find a different path. So it's just a different path. And maybe that was the way forward. And we can't always say that it was great, but maybe being able to pull back from that was terrible to, okay, I guess in this case, I was able to have a very secure car. Very lucky for that. So, all right, enough of me prattling on. I will see you guys. I'll probably do another YouTube channel because this is fun. I am going to, I'm going to go old school, and all of my little Kansas Kitty, VSG Joe, Danielle, oh my goodness, Just Cakes. I haven't said these names in so long. You know who you are. Dottie. All of you that have commented, I'm not going to go in because then I'll have to pause. But please, if you've got time, do it or pick out some of your favorites. And I'd love to read them and laugh and have a good time reading them. So if nobody told you today that you were wonderful, that you're beautiful, that you're intelligent, do not for a second think you're not. And if nobody told you today that they loved you, remember I do, and I always will. We will see you very soon. Okay, hi guys. So, if I did everything right, I put the little video in my car from the other day in. So you just saw with long hair, and I totally was not able to film after, but like, this is kind of after when my barber does it. I have like a sensory thing. I do not like feeling hair on the side of my ears, on the side, any of that stuff. It freaks me out. Ugh. So he goes really short on the sides and makes the line there. So I still have my curls, but I just like it. I think it looks good, and it's a clean look for me. Yeah, so today we're going to do, I love tags, and I remember the little group of YouTube friends that I have, and we've kind of been out for a while, but still, we did tags, and it was so much fun. So at the end, I will be tagging YouTubers to see if they would like to do it. This is the Merry Christmas YouTube tag questions, and for those of you that I tag, if you want to do it and you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm happy. There's so many out there that we can choose one together. So we're going to do that and learn more about kind of what I do, and I would love, even if I don't nominate you, please do it. I would love to see it, but then either message me on Instagram or hear that you did it so I can watch it and comment on it. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then we'll start.